Going on, everyone? I'm just going to walk through last week's price action on GBPUSD. So the week was the 15th to the 20th of April. Very, very clean price action, very, very healthy price action. So I'll walk through basically coming into Monday. We were at the high here, no trades here, just kind of just melted off. Yeah, we didn't see any subs here. It would have been nice to catch something out of this point, but unfortunately, we got that really quick reaction. We did get a break of structure and an entry here, but there was a bunch of news is what wicked that up and wicked that down. So no entries. Now we knew we were very, very bearish and we were working in this leg, this 15-minute leg. Being so bearish on the opening of Tuesday, there was nothing in for London, nothing for New York. We did have an inducement here, which may have presented something for New York, but the price action here was a bit interesting. So we couldn't get anything nice out of that. Then melted again and created a new internal structure, which is perfect. So our structural cycle and liquidity cycle were in play here. We had this extreme supply point that hadn't been tapped into. Coming into New York, coming into London, we had pushed up, taken this high here. Did look for sells, couldn't catch anything. Pushed back up into this point, looked for sells again. There was nothing again, unfortunately. Pushed down and created some liquidity. Coming into Thursday, came into our extreme point, but unfortunately didn't present us with an entry. It was very, very quick reaction. We are actually looking for a test and retake of this area up here to come back into this supply point, but unfortunately nothing presented itself, and we got a quick reaction down. Now, with the take of this inducement here, I did catch a buy. This one wasn't called to the live group, but there was a buy. I'll just walk through the entry quickly and I'll show you how there was no entry here in terms of what we could look for here. So we had this melt here. We could have entered off this inducement here, but just basically looking to re-enter off the top of that. There wasn't anything clean. If you jump on the 5-minute, it was a little bit cleaner, but unfortunately, all we had done is just really induce price here. So this would have been the entry. If you were looking for this, you would have just been tapped in. Isn't too bad, and then it melted from there. But for us, just didn't fit our rules. Coming down, we took these lows, which was quite clean. Once we took these lows, I got some 1-minute structure, which gave me an entry model that we liked, which is basically just 1-minute push up, create this trend line here. We've had this inducement of this low here, which actually did tap into a 1-minute point. So it ticked a couple of our boxes in terms of what we could enter. Enter off the inducement of this point, and that went 1 to 6. So that was quite clean. Nice intra-session trade there. It was a bit out of our timing that we like to trade, but nonetheless, we'd had an inducement and taken enough liquidity to show that movement there. Price then just kept melting off and created some more structure for us. It had actually coming to that extreme and then creating a new leg. We knew we were working a new 15-minute leg. So all we did want coming into this session was basically just to push up and come into this supply point here. So I'll walk through our first trade and the trade we saw here. Quite a nice, easy trade. Nothing in London, basically just pushing up to this supply point over time. Coming into New York, we got our inducement of our structure here, a nice entry model confirmation here, which ended up running 1 to 3, I believe, just 1 to 3. This was taken with the live. Then we got the inducement of our highs here, and another entry model here, which basically was just a break of structure internally, inducement into a mitigation, and then that melted. So very, very clean price action. This was a bit of a waiting week, waiting for price to basically just build up that liquidity, started cycle. We are very, very bearish. So every time we hit a new low, looking for buys was very, very risky, and was just more like I've expected to do this rather than the market just showing me it's going to do this. So all it was basically all week was melt, retracement into an extreme, melt. So this was melt, takeout, liquidity, melt again. So this one ended up running 1 to 30 and still going, but taking out the Asian lows, finishing that daily cycle was plenty enough. So 1 to 30, 1 to 3, and then a 1 to 6 here. Apart from that, not really anything for the first half of this week. Would have been nice to catch this sell here, but unfortunately, with the possibility of taking out that high again here, it wasn't worth it. But this one ended up running 1 to 30 as well. So apart from that, not really not a lot else, unfortunately. We're looking forward to another week. We are bearish on basically the 4-hour at the moment, looking to continue to take out these lows with this liquidity here for next week. So that may be something that happens. So keen for next week's walkthrough, but that was price action this week. a very beautiful trade to end the week. Just needed that patience. So awesome. Keen on next week.